So the Pokemon 30th Anniversary Pokemon card set is releasing very soon on September 16th, so it's just around the corner, and a lot of you are wondering whether or not you should be investing in that set, buying up some sealed product, or whether you should be going back to past sets like Prismatic Evolutions, Destined Rivals, Ascended Heroes, and there are a lot of things that we want to consider when taking that decision, and we will be going over those things in today's video. So guys, if you like these kinds of videos, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the Kaching Gang, it's free, helps the channel out, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified for future videos. Let's get into it, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. So this is a pretty interesting topic, and a lot of people, including myself, are wondering where you should be putting your money for the release of the 30th anniversary. And also, I didn't mention it in the intro, but Delta Rain, which is going to be coming out in November, which is the Mega Rayquaza set that released in Japan maybe a week or two or three ago, just a while ago, not that long ago. So yeah, a lot of people are kind of lost and don't know what to do. So there are things to consider. Like I said, we want to be thinking about how long ago the set was released, looking at the prices compared, from the different sets on similar products. So we will be looking a lot at ETBs because, we are talking a lot about specialty sets with the 30th anniversary, Ascended Heroes, Prismatic Evolutions. Destined Rivals is a booster box set, but there is going to be a booster box reprint soon, which may be a window of opportunity, especially with all the attention been drawing to the 30th anniversary release. So something to consider. And the reason I picked those sets is because they are pretty strong sets. To me, 151 is a set that you could still invest in, and I'm sure it will still kind of grow a little bit, but it's pretty expensive right now, so I don't really want to focus on that right now. So we have, in chronological order, we are starting off with Prismatic Evolutions. So I've gotten myself right away at the big hits, because that's what we're interested in. So another thing to consider is whether a set can contain God Packs or not, because that is a factor. And, it does kind of draw people into certain sets. So Prismatic Evolutions and Ascended Heroes do have God Packs. 30th Anniversary, not too sure. I don't think they will, but we don't have information on that yet, but I don't think they will. Seeing that the packs are smaller, I think it's like 5, 6, or 7 cards, can't really remember. But yeah, Prismatic Evolutions, right? So some people love it, some people hate it. The pull rates are really, really difficult because there are no illustration rares. All we have are these like full art trainers, and if you don't hit one of those, you need to hit like an SIR, which is pretty hard to hit. It's like 1 in 80, 90 packs-ish to pull one, so pretty hard to pull, and there are a lot in the set, so if you want to get any specific one, it's going to take a lot of packs to get that card. So very expensive set, very successful set, very popular. And, I personally don't like the set, but a lot of people do, so I'm definitely going to talk about it. We do have all the evolutions, so we have Leafeon, Flareon, Vaporeon, Glaceon, Jolteon, Espeon, Sylveon, Umbreon, and we do have Eevee, of course. So yeah, we do have a lot in this set that is really, really strong. It draws people in. We have this really cool Cerulege here. We do have some other cool Pokemon. We have Roaring Moon, we have Raging Bolt, we have this Dragapult here. I love this card here. Personally think it's one of the best. Blood Moon Ursaluna, very, very cool artwork on that one. And then we do have the gold cards, which, are obviously very often a lot less popular. So, Prismatic Evolutions, let's take a look at the prices of the sealed product. So, we're going to look at the regular Elite Trainer box, which is $160 at the moment. So, comparing that to Ascended Heroes, where we're looking at $169 for an ETB. I personally think that Ascended Heroes is stronger than Prismatic Evolutions, so that's what I would go for personally. But, Evolutions do have a lot of pull towards the set, so that is something that you need to consider. And also, what we need to consider is the age. So, Prismatic Evolutions is coming up on 2 years old, so in, I believe, is it January? I believe this set released in January. It's gonna be 2 years old. So we're not getting too far away from when this set will no longer be printed. Obviously, there's no like set date. It's not like bang on 2 years, that's it, done. But when they go out of rotation, generally speaking, the Pokemon company will move on to the sets that are in rotation and focus on printing everything that needs to be reprinted from there. And Prismatic Evolutions has been printed a lot. So these are things we need to consider. We may be getting close to the end of Prismatic Evolutions printing, and for that reason I would say, you know, Prismatic Evolutions might not be a bad play. Prices, you know, we can take a look at the prices. It's always been expensive. You know, I mean, it's always been over $100 for an ETB. At the most it was almost like 200 not that long ago. I don't know how the prices are going to evolve with the current market. You know, things are kind of cooling down. Is it summer cool down? Is it people realizing that they can't make profits as easily? Not too sure. But yeah, Prismatic Evolutions in any case, or any of these sets that I'm going to mention, in any case, are a safe play if you hold it long enough. When I say long enough, I'm talking 5 years plus. They will be more expensive in that time frame. So yeah, Prismatic Evolutions, I'd say strong point is that we're getting close to 2 years old for the set. God Packs, Evolutions, pretty solid set, even though I don't personally like it. Now let's move on to Destined Rivals. So Destined Rivals was one of those sets that people were waiting for a long time because of the Team Rocket kind of being featured in the set. We do have a lot of cool cards. We do have illustration rares, of course. So this is more of, you can get ETBs, but we're kind of thinking more like booster boxes here, which are good, but the ETBs are still pretty expensive, you know, $119, $120 there. Booster boxes have come down a little bit, so they're $468, where they were at their peak, right here. Where's the price? Where is it? I can't see it. It's not showing up. Anyway, we were at over $600 for a booster box of Destined Rivals not that long ago, and now we're down to $468 with the rumors of booster boxes, which are true now. They've been confirmed. Booster boxes are going to be reprinted for Destined Rivals, so you might want to kind of pay attention to that. And also ETBs, I believe. Pay attention to that because this set is getting older as well, and people are going to have a lot of attention on 30th anniversary. So if we get booster box reprints while everyone's focused on 30th anniversary, the prices may go down, which they already have, but they may go down a little further. I'd say if you can get these anywhere between, I know it's very high, but the thing is, the reality is the market just didn't cool down in like 2 years almost. We're almost at 2 years of just crazy bull market. You know, if you can get this at like $400, I'd say honestly that's probably worth getting because it will go up in value. It is a very, very strong set. Booster boxes are kind of a premium product, you know, and they could go lower, but I don't think they're going to go much lower than 400. So I'd say 400 to 450 is really probably a good play on these. Never thought I'd say that, thinking, you know, a year and a half ago, I never thought I would be saying that, but the reality is time is going by. You know, the set's getting older. We're still in a bull run. At some point, you're going to have to, you know, take action on it. So, yeah, Destined Rivals, very, very strong set. Let's take a look at the illustration rares. So we do have, you know, Cynthia's Rose Raid. We have Ethan's Typhlosion, very cool. Rocket's Houndoom. This Blaziken's pretty cool. We got Misty's Psyduck, which is probably the strongest illustration rare in the set. Misty's Lapras, very cool. We have all the Team Rocket Pokemon, you know, Weezing, Raticate, Meowth is a pretty good one. And then we have all these full arts here, you know, Team Rocket's Mewtwo, Moltres, Ethan's Ho-Oh, Cynthia's Garchomp. And as we move on to the special illustration rares, you know, it's a very, very strong booster box set. Probably the strongest booster box set from Scarlet and Violet era. Easily, actually, I'd say, in my opinion. Don't know if you agree with that. But yeah, we have Team Rocket's Moltres, Ethan's Ho-Oh, Team Rocket's Mewtwo, Cynthia's Garchomp, Team Rocket's Nidoking. I mean, that's pretty solid right there. 5 top, you know, really, really nice SIRs that we can chase. We have the Golden Mewtwo, Golden Ho-Oh there. You know, it's a very strong set, so definitely worth paying attention to. Once again, this isn't as old as Prismatic, but, you know, we're kind of not far off. So definitely pay attention to that with the booster box reprints and the 30th coming out. So I'd say keep an eye on that one. Moving on to Ascended Heroes, so much more recent. I can't remember when it released exactly. Let's see if I can find the date on that. So Ascended Heroes released on the 30th of January previously, so we're not at a year old yet, but we will be there very, very quickly because time does go by fast. We do have a very, very cool set here. So the reason I think this is stronger than Prismatic Evolutions, in my personal opinion, is because we do have illustration rares, so it makes the pack opening experience much more fun. We do have, we have these mega attack rares, which are a bit easier to pull than SIRs. That's another cool thing, another cool feature in this set. We do get God Packs, and we do have a ton of really cool special illustration rares. So let's take a quick look at these, looking at the illustration rares to start off. So, we got this Erica's Tangela, really cool, Ethan's Mad Cargo, really, really nice artworks. This Psyduck. Psyduck always seems to do well. We do have this Marl here. What else do we have? Team Rocket's Dog Trio, Mimikyu. It's a fun set. Really nice artwork. Cynthia Spiritomb. Some cool full arts here. The Mega Attack rares. We do have Gengar. We do have Mega Dragonite. Those are really cool. Really cool Pokemon. We do have a Mega Meganium, Mega Emboar, Mega Feraligatr. We have 2 Pikachus in this set. We have Team Rocket's Mewtwo making its comeback. Lily's Clefairy. We have Enzoroark, Mega Gengar, Mega Dragonite, Steven's Metagross. We have a lot of really, really strong cards in this set, really popular Pokemon as well. And we do have, the gold cards, which are Mega Dragonite EX and Mega Charizard EX. Now, once again, gold cards never seem to be the most popular cards, but they are still pretty expensive, of course. So yeah, I'd say Ascended Heroes is a very, very good buy, even at the current prices, because once again, we just don't know how long it's going to be holding up for. And if I was to put my money in either Prismatic or Ascended Heroes, my personal pick would be Ascended Heroes. I just feel like the Pokemon that are included or featured in the set are a bit more nostalgic, even if it is mega versions of those Pokemon. We do have the Mega Gengar. We have, to me, chase card wise, I'm sure these Mega Attack rares are going to do well over time because they're pretty unique. So I'd say there's Gengar, Dragonite, that's 2 chase cards. The Feraligatr is pretty good. Pikachu, we got Mewtwo, Lily's Clefairy, Mega Gengar, Enzoroark, Mega Dragonite, the 2 gold cards. We're talking about like 12 chase cards in the set. So, and that's not even considering that there are some other really cool special illustration rares in the set. So Ascended Heroes would be my pick over Prismatic Evolutions, but you have to take into account that this is coming up on a year old and Prismatic is coming up on 2 years old. So there is a bit more time for Ascended, but still, I'd say it's a good buy if you're looking to hold long term. All these sets are good buys, like I said. Now we're looking at the 30th anniversary, so trying to, yeah, there we go. So I just picked a few cards to look at, but we have, this Gengar EX, and I know it says 25 there. It's just an enhanced image of the card. It should say 30, but it's just to give you an idea. We have this Gengar here, which is really, really cool. We have, the Mew. What else do we have? Pikachu, so this is the day version. We also have the night version. We have a Mewtwo as well as that Mew that I just showed you. We have the Umbreon. We also have the Espeon. We have this Greninja. Well, these are promos from the UPC, so that's kind of different, I guess, but definitely worth taking a, peek at. But it's going to be very expensive, I think, so I'm not sure. We have this Greninja here, which is really cool. We have, oh, there we go. There's the full kind of like all the big chases there. So Mew, Day, Pikachu, Umbreon, Mewtwo, I guess that might work. The mouse hold there. Umbreon, Gengar, Pikachu, Night version, Sylveon. We do have Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos. It's a very cool set. We have these 30 Pikachu cards, the subset there. We have, classic collection cards like this Crystal Lugia, the Charizard, the Pikachu. We have illustration rares, we have special illustration rares. 30th anniversary is looking to be an incredibly strong set. But the question is, what are the prices going to be like for pre-orders? Now, I know there's been pre-orders in Pokemon Center, but actual pre-orders from stores, I haven't seen any yet. In Europe, anyway, that's where, I'm buying from. I don't know about you guys in the US, but these prices here, I don't know how accurate they are. They're kind of fluctuating up and down. I have seen people, and you probably have too, seen people opening product on social media, although it's not even been released yet. But yeah, guys, there's all sorts of kind of uncertainty with the 30th celebration, and that's why I wanted to show the previous sets. So Prismatic, Ascended, Destined Rivals. I wanted to show you those sets because they are really strong sets, and depending on how the release goes for 30th anniversary, depending on the prices, it may be worth going back and buying some other really strong products that will do really well over time, and coming back to the 30th anniversary maybe a bit later. Because from what I've understood, the 30th anniversary is going to be very, very heavily printed. Now, whether or not that's going to meet demand is a big, big question that nobody can really answer. So, you know, Prismatic was printed a lot, Ascended was printed a lot, Destined was printed a lot, but still it wasn't enough. So it wasn't enough to keep the prices down. The product is out there. You can get it really easily, but it's expensive. So yeah, I don't know what the 30th anniversary is going to be like. It is a very, 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 very strong set. Can't deny that. But yeah, I hope that just looking at these, kind of thinking about God packs, whether or not the set is getting older or not, you know, booster box reprints for Destined Rivals, all these kind of little things will help you to decide, you know, where you weigh, or which set weighs more in terms of, you know, potential down the line in terms of value. So that's really up to you to decide. I just hope that this video kind of helped you to just remind yourself that the 30th anniversary isn't the only thing, because we often get focused on the, you know, the big new thing, and that's all we care about, and we kind of forget about the other sets that are really worth paying attention to. And yeah, it's just kind of like a reminder. Don't be afraid to go back. Don't be afraid to buy older sets, and they're not that old, but you know what I mean, older sets than the 30th. And yeah, try play it smart. I'm still kind of, you know, waiting to see for Japanese, for English, for the 30th anniversary, how it's all going to go down, what the prices are going to be like, and that will determine what I do. Depending on the prices of these at release or pre-order, that will kind of determine whether or not I go back and maybe put some money towards more Ascended, Prismatic, Destined, or whether I proceed and go to, you know, the 30th anniversary sealed product. So guys, hope this video helped. Hope looking at all these sets kind of cleared your mind in terms of, you know, what's worth what's interesting, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, hope the video helped once again. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I know it didn't really give you a clear answer as to what you should do, but the truth is, there is no clear answer. We can't predict the future, we can't predict the market, we can't predict how much is going to be printed, reprinted, maybe, who knows, man, maybe Prismatic is going to get like a kind of a reprint at the last minute. Who knows, man? Nobody knows. So play it safe, guys. At the end of the day, any of these sets are going to be doing well over time, as long as you have a long-term outlook and you're not trying to quick flip these things. If you're trying to quick flip, I'm not here to give you any advice, because I think that's too volatile, and it's not what I preach here. So yeah, if you want to quick flip, that's entirely up to you, and I will not give any advice on that. Long-term holders, you guys can go pretty safe with these, as long as you're looking at a 5+ year outlook. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care, peace out, bye!